Welcome. I am Crime Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. Okay, so we have been doing lots of presentations around the scriptures, in particular Genesis chapter 1 and 2, where we have discovered that there are 14 gods in the combined in these two chapters, 9 in the first and 5 in the second. Of course, they come in the form as the God who made, the God who created, the God who planted, the God who divided, and the God who said, let there be light. That's the first God that everyone knows, that verse, let there be light. And certainly there is light right now. There is light. I prayed for wisdom, I prayed for light, and I prayed to understand those scriptures that had impacted in me in a certain way that had come to us. I had now come to a standstill, and was wondering, well, where do I go from here? And of course, I had done the religions and the religion thing, not just one but two, and of course they had their purpose. I'm not knocking anything in the sense then that there is one fundamental scripture verse that I think we all need to really pay attention to. Well, there's more than one, but there's the one that I'm talking about is when it said, let there be light. And of course, it wasn't the one I meant to say, but I think Mother Eve has come through that to seek wisdom, I was going to say. But then that is the same thing. Let there be light. It's the same thing because light is wisdom. In fact, they have the same numerical value of 11. Speaking of 11, is the same numerical value of the colors that I have been doing presentations on, which is white, black, and yellow. So perhaps I should just have white, black, and yellow, right? And just see it as wisdom. So let me adjust my screen a bit so we have a fairly, well, good picture. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do quickly, in fact, I'm hoping I can do this quickly because now, because of these heavy titles that I have been addressing, I thought I would do, oh, there we are, white, black, and yellow. Okay, now artificial intelligence, let me wipe it off and hopefully come back to this. Yes. But I'll make a symbol so I can remember the nature of what it is I want to talk about. Okay, so we are here, underneath here. This is where we are. So I've done magic numbers for number 3 and number 1. Let's do number 2. Now, that's the thing. It's funny that Mother Eve has said that we should count backward. Now, I find myself somehow doing things a little backward, which all derive from me writing the word let backward. And I was asking myself, well, why am I writing a 3-letter word backward? I was literally writing, I literally wrote the word let from T-E-L. And then when I looked at the word and I'm thinking, well, what's the message here? And I could hear myself saying T-E-L is tell. Of course, we say T-E-double-L. But then I asked Mother Eve, well, tell who? Tell what? Well, that was the beginning of things to come. There we are. Now, I'm doing the telling. I'm doing the telling. It was said I had a big mouth. Now I'm doing the telling. So there we are. Let's just for the sake of it do it. T-E-L. Let's go. This is consciously now, but we are doing T-E-L now. Okay. Okay. Meant to be new pens. Meant to be new pens. Okay. So this is 3 and 5 and 2, which equals 10. So we have seen the magic of 1 through the number 10, and we have seen the magic of 3 through this first letter L, which is part of the whole 9 miles, in this sense, number 1 to 9. We have seen that. So basically in one we have covered numbers 1 to 9. We have seen the magic of 1 working to the formation of 9. So the numbers are symbols and functions, and I think they offer in them some form of remedy, in that when we learn to use them, we could use them to solve problems and issues and empower ourselves. Now, just to inform you, if you are new to this channel, this is Mother Eve. This is a depiction of Mother Eve. Now, I think that this would be about the third or fourth version of Mother Eve, and I'm going to check through my records just to see how she has been, aiding us, as she is also the said God. In the word said is the word aid, A-I-D, and that's what Mother Eve is about. Okay, so how she aids us. Now, her eyes are much brighter here, and I'm so thankful for that, because she had this very sad disposition. I'm just really grateful that she's coming alive now. I think it's because I am doing the telling, and of course if there is someone doing the telling, there must be someone who's doing the listening, and because all the so tell is let, so someone is letting other people know. It's the two in one. One is telling and one is letting, and the two is also in one. So this is the magic about Mother Eve. She is able to tell and she's able to let. So by me telling, I am also letting, allowing other people to know. Wow. KNOW is 6, by the way. And that's what we are. That's what Mother Eve is. Number 6 in the word said. But when she comes with the title of said God, she becomes 5. Oh, so wonderful. Now, okay. So so we see T is the number 2 is the third letter here. But let's look at 2 as in that symbol 2. So what I do is that I look at 2, which is 2 digits. Of course, if we add this together, we can add this. Of course we know it's 2, and also we see it as 11. We can also look at 11, E-L-E-V-E-N, and do the magic. This is the magic we are talking about. So this is 5. Of course, 5 is Mother Eve. She is really the snake hair. She's the masculine part of the snake hair and the feminine part of the snake hair. That is what we need to open our minds and our eyes and ourselves to, knowing that that in itself is a representation of all makeup. How supple we are ready to be, or how rigid we are ready to be, is all in the 5. All in the 5. 3, 5. And in the word 11 also is Eve, like in the word 7. So 7, 11. 7 plus 11 would be 7 plus 11 is 18. So that's why. And 1 plus 8 is 9. There we are going 1 to 9 as on the sacrifice scale. That's numerology, 1 to 9. So Mother Eve is in those 2 numbers here. Of course, she's in 17, and that would be 17. So she's in 7, 11, and 17. Wow, okay. Mother Eve is just magical. So there we have 4, 5, 5. Okay, so 5 plus 5, 10, and 20. Just follow my hands here, because my brain goes in that way. So 20, and that would be 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. So that is 9. You can see where 9, 11 is. I am giving it all away, 9, 11. 911, because this is 11, but it's also 9. So it consists of 9 in it. Now, who can perform this magic? Let's see who 9 is. I found out that the word witch, like I say, witch. Who can perform this magic? Let's see which one. Witch. The witch is also witch, like W-I-T-C-H. They really mean the same. Whenever we are saying witch, we are really, it's all about the spelling, the spells. I heard someone else said that, but I couldn't understand it until I worked it out for myself. Of course, perhaps the seed was from the time I started spelling C-A-T and B-A-T. Okay, so there we are. 5 again. Mother Eve is there. 9, 5, 5. So 3 5s 15. Mother Eve is letting you know, even from the hair prominently in 11, she is right here. There are 3 5s here. That is the NEW, like the NEW column in the sacrifice template. So there we are. This is 15. And this is 24, sorry, 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. So 6, so I want you to see this. Basically, 9 is 6 turned upside down. This is what we say. So it's really, we are 9 and 6. We are, this is where Mother Eve is showing her characteristics within us. So we are that number 9. 9 is birthing. She's showing us how, like a snake, which is number 5, how it shed its skin, which skin is 8. So it sheds its skin and it comes back anew. Coming back anew is there we come into number 6. When it shed its skin, so it shed its skin by going headquarter zone. In case you're new to this channel, this is, as I say, Mother Eve. This is the sacrifice template that was devised around Easter time. So Easter time for me was not about Christ had risen from the grave and now he's here to save us. No, for me it was about the Last Supper. It was about sacrifice. It was about a sacrifice because I had issues with sacrifice. I suppose I had done the self-sacrificial thing so much and I was trying to still make sense of it. So there's the number 6 we are talking about. Oh, my numbers are... So this is meant to be revelation. I like to call revelation into motion and waters into transparency when we are doing these presentations. But there we are. So Mother Eve is showing us we are 6. In each of these columns we are 6. But this is where we go into the new and we are faced with 9 because I, as is representing here, has the 9 numerical value, and of course 9, the word for bridge equals 9, showing us how to know with the nose. The nose represents knowing how to get up into the pineal gland, activator pineal gland. So let's look at 2 again. So this is one aspect of 2 that we have seen, which is really magical. We can see the power of 2 right there. 2 has so much to it. I have shown the power of 2 in perhaps all my, most of my presentations, where it comes under the column of A, which is the second column, of course, and it is the B that bonds. It bonds, which is number 13. So let's look at the word 2, T-O-W. T-O-W. Oh, okay. I am consciously putting them apart now. I'm confident this one's going to go. Right. Beautiful. 2. So we have 2 here. Makes everything else look so L-E-V-E-N. Okay. So we are looking at 2. This is, it's already, so 6. So this would be 11 plus 2 is 13. And that is the 13 that I have been talking about. This is why. This is why. Christ was recruiting. Oh, I'm a little bit flustered here and hot. Christ was recruiting his disciples in twos. Oh, I'm actually doing okay. Christ was recruiting his disciple in twos. I probably will have to have another part to this, but we can see this is where when he became equal with them, he would bond. The equal sign would be here, and they would bond right there. So this is the power of 2. Power of 2 is that which bonds. I'm not sure I could say much more, or if there is a need to say much more on that. But we can see it consists of 1 plus 3. And of course, for more on that, check out my magic numbers for 1 and 3. And that will give you more on the power and magic of number 2. Thank you. I hope you like this. Do share, subscribe, and of course, remember we are planting new seeds. Spill over with love.